What is up, everybody? Thank you for checking into another video. Today we are finally adding some more fish to the 180. That is right, new fish going into the 180 here. They're obviously not new, but new fish for the 180. So let's get right into it. We can see here the 180 is doing beautifully. All the fish are happy. Got my tetras, the four angels, the acara. Our rope fish is still in there, and the two marble whiptails are still in there. The fish that I'm going to be putting in here are going to be my bronze cories. So I know I had said, let's pan over here, that I wanted to put my group of gold laser cories that are in here into the 180, but I really want to try to keep these for breeding since they are, more of a high dollar fish. So I will be putting this group of bronze cories that I have in here into the 180. I feel like they would look very good, the darker fish contrasting with the white sand. And these guys are really big. Like that one right there is probably close to 2 inches, 2¼ inch or whatever. So pretty big cories that would look really good in the 180. So we're going to drain this tank down to roughly where that bulkhead is there. I'm going to attach the hose and drain it real quick. Scoop out the not the albinos, the bronzes. The albinos will be staying in here and adding them to the 180, and then obviously filling this tank back up. So let's get right to it. Okay, we're here at the tank. I don't ever really think I showed you guys how it is that my water change system kind of works. So let's just get this set up real quick. So this is a pool filter hose that I bought on Amazon. You can kind of see what the heck is going on with this potos. Why is it growing that way? That's weird. Anywho, you can kind of see in here the PVC pipe, the way I have it set up here is facing straight down. So normally what I do is I just take this end here, kind of force it end here while I get potos right in my face. There we go. Now that that's nice and secured on here, what I'll do is I'll grab the rest of this hose. The other end will go all the way out. Out to my patio doors over there, and then this bulkhead or the ball valve. I will go ahead and flip that and start emptying the tank. So let me just take this hose outside. Hose is now outside. So again, all I got to do is come under here and hit this with one of these, and that's it. Tank is draining. It drains relatively quick. I mean, again, this is a pretty thick hose, and it's flowing through that strainer inside where the bulkhead is. So this tank will drain in, honestly, just a few minutes. I'll be able to catch these guys out, pour them into the 180, and refill the tank in no time with very little effort. That's how I like it. So I've got one bucket here, this small bucket with water for the actual fish, and this other big old bucket I'm going to use here just to go ahead and get some of these floating plants out of here, just to make it easier on me while I'm catching said cories. And I am adding all of them into the 180. I don't know exactly how many there are. We will be counting as we go, as I catch them out. But let's go ahead and remove a lot of this floating hornwort. The hornwort has been growing really great for me in the fish room recently. I know in my old fish room at my parents' house, I could not grow hornwort really at all. It would always the needles would start to die off and it would just fall to bits. Not here. And I still have to go ahead and take all of these, whatchamacallits, the Anubias and Java ferns, rhizome plants, that's what they're called. I have to take those and glue them to my rocks still. And again, this is removing all of this just to make it easier on me while I'm catching the fish, because they will clearly hide right in all of this goodness. All right, so the tank is drained, plants are pulled, so we're gonna come back right in here, turn this ball valve back to its shut position, and remove the hose here. And then as I pull it, obviously the water will continue to flow, drain outside. I'll wrap this up, store it, not toss it, and then catch these fish out. Alrighty guys, we are going to start netting out cories. I've got my 2 nets here. to hit this with a double net action. How many we got here? 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an albino. That is a suction cup. We can take that out of there. Where are all of these guys? Let's just scoop here. Okay, that's a female rainbow fish. Oh, my God. My God. Here, go, go. There you go. How many do I have in there? 5. Here's number 6. Whoop, from one net to the other. 6. We got 7, 8. This is an albino. 9. Ain't no way I only got 9 of these guys in here. There we have it, guys. I believe it was 15 that I counted. I could be mistaken, but I'm not too sure. I will count them as I catch them to put them into the 180. But first, we are going to go ahead and fill up the 40-gallon. This guy right there. We're going to fill this guy up, get it nice and full of water. I did find there's actually a bunch. You can see all this white stuff here. Those look like they're part of the exoskeleton of a Cory who passed away and got eaten by the rest of the fish in here. So it sucks a little bit, but it's the circle of life. Fish eat fish. So let's just fill this tank up and get the Corys into the 180. All right, guys, 40-gallon over here is full. I've got the Corys here in this bucket. I took a picture of the bucket and then counted like that. There are 18 Corys in here that are going to be going into 180. I don't want to dump this water in here just because I don't want to overflow the system. I did just fill up the sump to its max fill line. So I'm going to catch these guys out and just drop them in. I'll drop them in here on this right side. I'm going to remove this lid. Get my net over here. And we are going to go ahead. Sorry, you guys probably can't see me, but that's okay. Let's see here. Here's a small group of them. Boom. And I just dropped in a whole bunch of gunk. Let's net that out. Here is yet another group. And just dropped in all that same gunk. Good job. Should probably get this out of the net before scooping more fish. All right, we've got 5 left, so that means there are 13 in the tank so far. There we go. Last 5 going in. Bow, bow, bow. There we go. Sweet. Here we have it, guys. You can see some of these bronze Corys hanging out here. Again, 18 of them were added in here. You wouldn't even be able to tell. There's 18 new fish in here, actually. If you look in this corner, you can. So they're clearly all piled up right here. Pretty stressed out. I just plopped them into this 180-gallon tank with sand, which they're not used to. So, you know, it's expected for them to be stressed. But the reason I wanted them in this tank is, again, you can kind of see through the back over here. Poop does accumulate back there in this kind of section here. And that's because the flow is very, very little back here. You can see the ultims are actually even hanging back there. I have the wave maker kind of circulating from front to back this way, and then the return pumps for the overflows on either side are skimming the top. So the back one is going, you can kind of see right there, is going across the back, and then I've got this one here in the front coming this way. So there's a lot of circulation here, circulation this way, and then these 2 returns are the same thing. So the one in the back goes that way, this one here comes this way. So that's why, you know, there's no poop over here. But then once you start getting towards the back section of the tank, you can see there's a lot of poop and stuff. So hopefully these Corys will help just kick that up and get it sucked into the sump. And that way, you know, I can help keep the tank a lot cleaner. And there we have it, guys. That is the end of today's video. 18 bronze Corys added to the 180-gallon aquarium. You can kind of see they are already starting to stir things up in there, so they're doing their job, which is beautiful. If you like the video, smash that like button, comment down below what you think, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you don't want to miss any of the upcoming projects we've got. We've got some really good stuff happening, so again, subscribe if you don't want to miss out. See you in the next one.